Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be going to a little town called Paluxy. I'm going to show you the rural side. Yeah, I said rural. Of course I get told I'm not Texan whenever I do that, but as you can see, we're about 15 miles from Paluxy. We're starting our trip in Granbury, which is the county seat of Hood County. I believe Paluxy, what I read, was when it was first, I guess, established, it was in the Erath County until they established Hood County, and for some reason Hood County wound up with Paluxy. So there's not a lot out there. It's just a small little town, but I actually grew up pretty close to Paluxy, and I spent a lot of time out in the Paluxy River as a kid. So I'm going to try to show you some landmarks today and show you what I really enjoyed growing up. Of course, probably what the Paluxy River is most famous for here recently, especially during COVID, was Dinosaur Valley State Park. When I was a kid, we had a season pass there. There was a lot of times where it was just me and my brothers that were about the only ones out in this park. Last time I tried to take a friend of mine when we were out riding motorcycles out to the park, we had to have a reservation. We couldn't even get in. So I highly suggest if you're going to come out to Dinosaur Valley State Park, you check and make sure you got a good reservation, because it has gotten busy in the last few years. And they've also got I think what they call Dinosaur World there. My wife took my kids there. I was always busy working. That wasn't there whenever I was a kid. That's more of a tourist trap in my mind, so I got no desire to go there and look at a bunch of fake dinosaurs. Or if you got children, they probably think it's pretty cool. But during the summer months, it's probably the best time to go out to Dinosaur Valley State Park, because when the river's down, you can really see the tracks. If it's been raining quite a bit, it's still a beautiful park and great place to spend some time at, but you won't be seeing the tracks. So guys, I'm just going to have to shoot most of this video from inside the vehicle today. It's a Saturday, of course. Been beautiful week, all week, 70 something degrees, and then the weekend gets here and the cold front blows in. It's about 45 and winds probably 20 to 30 miles an hour gusting out there. So for the sake of the quality of the video and the audio, I'm going to try to shoot most of it from in the vehicle. Once we get out there, I'll maybe try to launch the drone if it's not too windy to kind of give you a perspective of things. But I'm going to take you through some low water crossings today. There's some parks on the river. Not 100% sure if you can camp out there. We'll check that out. I'm going to try to find an old grist mill from the late 1800s, turn of the century out in Paluxy that really got that community established. It's just a lot of ruins, but it is on private property, so I'm not real sure how close or what kind of glimpse we'll get to see of that until I get, so we won't be doing that today. Okay guys, so it's going to be just a drive for about 15 miles. I'm not going to bore you, so once I get close, I'll turn the camera back on, and if I see any historical landmarks, we'll stop and check those out along the way. And I appreciate you watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, my goal is to make videos like this pretty much weekly. The weather's starting to get nicer. We're finally getting caught up at work, and I'm starting to get some time to do this. So if you enjoy these types of videos, throw me a like out, subscribe, it helps me. It's a small channel, we're just now growing. I'm learning as I go, trying to figure out what you guys like. I kind of feel, you know, I'm in my mid-40s, but I feel like an old soul. I love history, I love learning. I'm trying to capture some things that are just deteriorating daily and get them on camera before they're gone. I try not to go to the major landmarks that everybody's already been to and seen. I like to hit the back roads and, you know, find the ones that are less seen, or you may have seen when you were a kid and not around the area anymore. So stay tuned. If there's something around the North Texas area that you'd like to see that you're not able to get to, and it's got some historic significance, drop me a comment, let me know, send me an email. It's in my bio over here, how to get a hold of me. Well, I do appreciate you watching, guys, so stay tuned. I'll be back with you. Okay, we're getting close to our next turn here, guys. So if you're coming out of Granbury on 51, you'll see that 51 splits up here. I believe if you go straight, it turns into Highway 56, and 51, you veer off to your right. This is the way that'll take you to Paluxy. You could also get to Toller, Texas this way, and if you keep on going on out here, you can actually get to Stephenville, cowboy capital of the world, I believe is what they say. But it's just a small little farming rural community out here now. It's drastically changing though. Houses are being built, at least this newer generation. Whenever the old grandma and grandpa, or the people that acquired the land back in the day. It seems like maybe the taxes are just getting outrageous for these people to be able to hang on to this property, or they've left the area and don't have any plans to return. You can see a for sale sign there. So a lot of these little ranches and bigger ranches are starting to get sold off and turned into neighborhoods. We're actually only, I don't know, 45 minutes from Fort Worth, west side of Fort Worth from here, so it's a commuting area. If you take that right there, that'll take you to Toller. So Paluxy's pretty well this little community right here. We're about 4 miles out of it. There's not a whole lot there. I think there is an older post office. I have no idea if it's still in operation. I think it may be, but don't hold me to that. But I'm gonna look if we can find some older churches out here or some historic landmarks. I'm gonna have a look at that, see what's around, just see what we can find. Passed down from generation to generation. Here's an old log cabin. I'm gonna wow. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and see if we can get a better view of that.
Know the history on this place, but you can see it is old construction, old logs. I hope the camera's doing that justice. It looks to me like an old homestead. Some old rock work here. You can see a cross. I don't want to trespass because I have no idea who owns this property. But I imagine this is one of the original homesteads from the Paluxy community back in the day. It's really nice. Look at that old tree right there. That thing is huge. So yeah, I may try to do a little research, see if I can find any information on this. If you look on back through the trees, you can see the new homestead back up in there.
Okay, we made it to Paluxy. I do believe that back there is just an older homestead right along the riverbank. I did not see anything that reminded me of a mill. We are going to run back and go down this other road that I see. Over to the right, looks like an old homestead, but somebody is still over there. Oh my gosh, it says Skipper Retreat. I wonder what that's all about. I'll have to check that out. I may know a few skippers. So this is the Paluxy Circle. Let's see what it's all about. I think this may be where the, looks like it's got an old church with a tabernacle. Old Baptist church up here. Tabernacle for meetings. I bet this joker is still in use. We'll see if there's a historical marker and we'll read about it if there's anything up here. But they got some awesome views. Let me whip around here where you can take this in. Every angle you got nice views. So I hope this camera's doing it justice. Like I said, it's real windy today, guys. I don't know if you can see the cross there that they made out of an old tree, but that's pretty neat. I don't see any dates on the building, but I'm assuming that white church right there is the original Baptist church out in this community. It looks like they've made an updated one. But I'm pretty sure this community, everybody knows everybody, and it wouldn't surprise me if they've already been alerted that I'm out here driving around and they have no idea who I am. So actually see a for sale sign down here. As far as I know, I'm still on a public road. It looks like it. So that's one thing about it. They kind of police themselves out here, so don't be going poking around where you're not supposed to be. But here's an older building that I'm seeing over here that you're fixing to be able to see. I don't know if you can see the stone apparatus in front of that Tahoe there, but my grandparents used to have one, and it had a water tank on top of it by their windmill, so I'm assuming that's probably what that is. And this old building here, there's no telling what it used to be, but if the walls could talk, I'm sure it's got some stories to tell. And I'm not sure what that was back there, but I seen a handicap placard parking sign, so it may have been an old business. But I'd seen something taller down this other road, and I'd never been down it, or if I have, it's been a long time. So I'm gonna double back, and we're gonna go down there. And I do believe there is a river crossing right down there that maybe we can go through as well. Well, this is the Paluxy River, and it starts somewhere relatively close. I see a homestead over to the right, an older one. Man, I wish I sure knew some people out here so I could get the history on this. But right here, we're crossing the river. Most days it's not got a lot of water in it. This is Baker's Crossing, so we're going to go see what Baker's Crossing is all about. There's a really nice house up here on the hill. Guys, I'm just kind of killing time out driving in the country today, showing you guys what I enjoy doing and exploring. So I hope if you're enjoying this, throw me a like. If not, let me know. Hey, you're boring. Why are you shooting this? And I'll find something else to do. So, lots and lots of private property in Texas. There's not a whole lot of public land here. I guess the county parks is what we got down here on the river. I'll show you guys that here in a little bit. Know exactly where I'm going there. Here, I'm just kind of poking around to see what I can find. And I found another one out here off the Baker Crossing Road, old homestead. They've got no trespassing signs everywhere out here, so which I get it. There'll probably be some kids out here tear things up. But there's a big, nice new house sitting right there with a travel trailer. Hopefully they've been here for generations. There's just some absolutely beautiful places down this road. I can't believe I've never been down here. I'll show you a little low water crossing that I found here on this road once we get down there. But not much to see. A lot of modernization going on out here. There are a few old homesteads that looks like it's been preserved, thankfully, but I'm sure they don't want everybody poking around. However, came down here as a kid. Didn't really know this one was here. This is the Paluxy River. Starts somewhere back up in there in Erath County, I believe. If I was willing to bet, that's a pretty good swimming hole. This stuff for Baker's Crossing. I got a little bit of room where you can park probably. And I see some trails where people enjoy it out here. If you're ever in the area around Glen Rose or Granbury and you're looking to get away from the hustle and bustle and want to come enjoy the country, you may have found it. I've got no idea if that's private property right there. It probably is. So if you're asked to leave, I would leave. Here's a little creek. I think it just feeds into the river. I'm just gonna let the camera run to capture the drive. I may add a little music or may cut it out of the video. I'm not sure, but enjoy the drive, guys. Now we're getting close. Little spot right here that I'm assuming the county set up to where you can pull off and enjoy the river. So I'm gonna pull off here and we'll walk down to the river and give you a little view of it. Water's moving pretty good today.
Okay guys, this is our first glimpse of the up close and personal of the Paluxy River. I believe we're in Somervell County now. Not much out here, but some big ranches. We just went through the Three Rivers area of the ranch that I believe is for sale. So I'm gonna walk down to the river. This spot right here does have a lot of memories as a kid. One of my cousins has since passed away. He was older than me. Like I said, brought me down here one time on a spring break after my mother told me not to be getting in the water. And of course, we got in the water, and what do? I cut my foot and got him in trouble. But you used to be able to go down here to this bend, and right around that bend, there was a tree with a rope, and we called it the rope hole. We had a lot of good memories and a lot of good time there. Said, I don't know who cut that thing down, but somebody did. Probably for the best. Probably would have broke her necks. Well, this water's moving pretty good in the summer, guys. A lot of people come out here and tube is what we call it. I know some people call it floating the river or tubing the river. But let me warn you, when the water is not moving, like right now, it's probably a pretty good time. If it wasn't so cold, you could get on down the river pretty good. But if that current's not moving, don't make the same mistake I made as a kid. We tried that one time right outside of town, and well, it turned into an all-day deal. Got sunburnt, had the cops called on, all kinds of good times that day. Funny part is, the lady that called the cops on me is now my mother-in-law. I guess I had her daughter out a little too long that day. She wasn't too happy. But we're alive. We made it. I don't know if you can see the high water lines up there, but this, like I said, this river can get the flowing. This is the same river where there's Dinosaur tracks, goes through the Dinosaur Valley State Park. And I'm quite sure there's probably more tracks in this river besides them down there at the park. They just hadn't been uncovered yet. You can see the water's pretty clear. And fishing's been relatively good on this river as a kid. I haven't done that lately. I need to get back to my roots, start enjoying that, the nature a little more. Like I said, this is a Paluxy River, a little stop where you actually sit up. It's got a trash can, you park the car, set you up a canopy down here and have your own little spot of heaven with not a lot of people bothering you or even cross the river. I don't know how the property lines work right here. I imagine as long as you stay along the river bank or in the river, nobody's going to mess with you. But darn sure don't cross a fence. Get on private property without permission around here. Everybody's pretty nice, but you never know. You may find that one landowner that has been used and abused. And don't be these people. I don't know if you can see that or not. They're bare bottom. That's how I cut my foot when I was a kid and got myself in trouble. Pack it in, pack it out. Don't be an idiot. Keep this place clean before they close it and won't let anybody enjoy it because you got to come down here and throw your trash on the side of the road. Ooh, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a cardinal or a red bird. Let's see if I can zoom in. There it is. Wow, look at that. Put the camera will focus. Lots of wildlife around here. Definitely watch for snakes when it gets hotter. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna take you down to Lanham Mills. There's a cemetery there and a park. Like I said, I don't know if you can camp there anymore or not. I know whenever I was younger we could, but somebody probably ruined that for us, but I was guessing. But it is an awesome place to spend some time with your family, have a picnic or whatnot. But I'll get you back on the video when we get there.
Okay, so now we're coming up on the main water crossing where I spent a lot of time as a kid. Kind of coming in the backside, but if you were to take a left right here, this sign and go down about 4 or 5 miles, that's where I grew up. But this is what we call Lanham Mills here. It's in Somervell County, Glen Rose area, not too far from the Dinosaur Valley State Park. Looks like the river is flowing good enough where the water's actually over the road. Back in the younger days, you could actually drive down in the river. Now you'll get a ticket if you do that. Like I said, if you ride your motorcycle, be very vigilant and careful right here because you can take a spill pretty easy. So this is one of 3 that are right here in the Glen Rose area. I'm going to show you all 3 today. Well, okay, in classic style, the camera died as soon as I was making the river crossing. But like I said, this is the Lanham Mill Park. I believe there is a historical marker somewhere, maybe up there by the cemetery. I'll grab that. I did realize there is no camping out here. They said this park closes after dark now. So, not sure who ruined that for everybody, but I'm guessing it's so they can keep the money in town at all the other campgrounds. But it is an awesome park to set up and have a picnic at. I'm surprised we don't have any tables out here. But there's not. I'm probably going to launch a drone here in a second and fly it around a little bit. Spent a lot of time out here at this park, causing trouble being a knucklehead teenager. Said you used to be able to drive down in the river. You can't do that anymore. They put up these gates. But it's got tons of river access where you can set up, get down there, play in the river with your family, enjoy the day, and it not cost anything. So that's one of the great things about this. I see a ledge that's fallen off across the way. But okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna give you an aerial view of this. See if I can find the historical marker. Read about it. And I'll get back with you.
Okay, I took the drone up a little bit, but it is still windy, guys, so I didn't want to wind up losing my drone today. I'm going to try to give you an idea of what this park looks like. That's the entrance over there where we drove through the river. It's a pretty good sized park. You could definitely set up out here and have a great picnic, spend the day with the family. Unfortunately, there is no camping allowed. Like I said, they close the park at dark. But you can see all the little entrances here and there to where you can get to the river and have river access. So the water is usually, I don't know, knee deep, so it's not real treacherous. You don't have to worry about your kids getting in over their head really in too many spots. It's really not that bad or that deep generally. Now granted, if it's been a major rain and this river is flowing really fast, I don't suggest getting in it. But if it's got a moderate flow like it does today, you know, you're talking maybe knee deep, 2 or 3 feet most, just about everywhere you go. There are deep spots in this river. Do not let me lie to you. But generally, it's just small little rapids and generally not that deep. So I'm not going to walk down there today. County hadn't done a very good job of cleaning the brush here recently. It's kind of the off season. It's cold. I'm going to see if I can go find this historical marker that I know is out here somewhere. I've got to follow all that's buried in the cemetery over there. One of my best friend's parents are over there. There's a lot of history right here in this little park for me too. Okay, guys, I found the historical marker here at Lanham Mills Cemetery and Community. I'll read it real quick to you guys. I'll try to zoom in, or maybe you can read it as well. But it says Lanham Mill Community. William and Mary E. Lanham and their family came to the Texas from Tennessee about 1870. They purchased land and settled on a farm at the confluence of the Paluxy River and White Buck Creek in what was at the time Hood County. William Lanham was one of the 406 citizens who signed the 1875 petition to the state legislature that led to the creation of Somervell County out of portions of Hood County. By 1877, Lanham and a partner, T.J. Hammock, owned a grist mill located on the Paluxy River about halfway between Glen Rose and Paluxy. Okay, that's the one I was trying to find and never could. They built a cotton gin about 1881 and continued in the business until a fire destroyed the entire facility in 1898. The area around the mill operation became known as the Lanham Mill Community. In addition to the mill and gin, the community included farms, churches, a public school, a community cemetery. Although land for the cemetery was not formally deeded until 1893, headstones reveal that the burial occurred here as early as 1879. The community gradually declined in the early 20th century, and by 1947 the school was closed. The Lanham Mills Cemetery remains as the last physical remnant of a once thriving rural community. Like I said, I got family in the cemetery. I've got my childhood babysitter that immigrated from Germany over here. And then I got my good friend's parents back over there in that corner that's buried there as well. So I got some history in here. I'll take you one day, make a little video of where my parents are buried. It's at Post Oak Cemetery. Okay, we're going to carry on to the next river crossing.
Okay guys, we just left Lanham Mills crossing, or community. Well, it was called that with Lanham Mills Park or whatnot. So now we're headed down to, I want to say this would be what we call a second crossing. This is the one where I almost dumped my motorcycle and there wasn't very much water on the road. Sometimes there's water up here, sometimes there's not, but it's usually stagnant if it's going across the drive or the road, and if there's not been a lot of traffic, it is slick. So once again, use caution if you're on a motorcycle. Okay guys, well, I'm just gonna let you enjoy the ride. We should be there here shortly. I don't know if you caught that, but they're up there having some fun. So okay, so this is what we would call a second crossing. You can see the water's moving pretty good today. This is a little deeper. I don't know if you can see the ledge there, but this is where I would come fishing. I never caught many fish down there at the Lanham Mills, but this place right here, we would always catch some catfish right here in this little dip. Well, I'm gonna get out and use the better camera to show you guys this one. See if I can get out without getting my feet wet.
Okay, so this is what I believe we call second crossing here in Glen Rose, Somervell County. You see the water's flowing pretty good. There got a little waterfall there. Pretty peaceful out here. Like I said, this one was one of the swimming holes that we would use as a kid. I don't know if you can see where the color changes, like right there. That's where the drop off was, and it's only 4 or 5 foot deep. There's also another little waterfall right there. These are new. I'm assuming those are cabins you may be able to rent. I don't remember them being there. Not sure who owns that or even what the name of it is. But if you want a river cabin, you might search that up here in Glen Rose. Evidently they got them. Yeah, there's a little waterfall. I'm trying to pan nice and slow. That was one of my complaints last time, was I was moving the camera too quick. Not sure what that's from. We'll call it a dog. I'm hoping that's a dog. You can see the river's moving pretty good right now. You can set up here as well. You won't get in trouble if you park over here too much. They don't really like you parking in the water. So park over there where it's dry. It's really shallow right there. Like I said, just around this bend here, this next road that we're about to go through out here, if you take a left, Dinosaur Valley State Park is just right around this bend. That's where the footprints are. But I bet if we were to excavate here and clean some dirt out, we would find footprints here as well.
Okay, so we're leaving second crossing now. Like I said, up here, you take a left and go down about a mile or two, and then you'll be at the state park entrance. If you want to go, it's Dinosaur Valley State Park. It is definitely worth a visit if you've never been and you got little ones. Like I said, make sure you make a reservation. Evidently, it's one of the more popular parks around here now, and it's hard to get in. Kind of miss the old days, and it was just, you felt like you had the whole park to yourself. So I'm going to take us through the one more river crossing that I know of. We call it first crossing. And then I'm probably going to... Okay, so if you're seeing these yellow arrows, right here is the entrance to Dinosaur World, which you might be able to see that dinosaur standing up off to my left. I don't know. But if you go all the way down there, that's the Park Road 59, and it takes you all the way to Dinosaur Valley State Park. So somewhere down here on the right is a road that I'm going to be needing. It's been a while since I've been over here to this one. Didn't spend a whole lot of time at this my first crossing because it was kind of the furthest away from the house, but I'll see if I can remember which road it's on. If not, I know where to turn off of Highway 67, but let me try to see if I can find it off of this one. And by the way, this road that we're on now is, I believe, 199. I'm going to put some GPS coordinates to the parks and to the river crossing so everybody knows where they're at. I'll figure out where they're at on Google's map, and I'll put the coordinates in the description. So if you're ever in the area, guys, it's definitely worth coming and checking out. This little bridge that we're going over now, we used to call it the dip when we were kids, if we could go down there and go swimming. Unfortunately, there was a bad flash flood one year, and a game warden lost his life right there trying to save somebody. So we don't use that for swimming anymore. We kind of, not even sure if you're allowed to go down there anymore, but unfortunately, yeah, he lost his life trying to help somebody else that got in the river when had no business being in the river. So I believe this road that I need to turn right on is right up here. Either way, we're going to turn right. We're going to check it out. It looks like it's County Road 1001. I believe this is it. I've seen this on a couple of videos of guys doing the Texas off-roading or back-roading or whatnot, but like I said, it's just town I grew up in. I'll take you downtown. Well, we got another little public park called Big Rocks. And that's pretty cool. Glen Rose is a good little town to visit if you got a family, young family. There's lots to do for them. And growing up, I had a good time over here, just enjoying nature, staying out of trouble for the most part. Not too many complaints. Yep. Okay, so you can see the gates. We're coming up on what we call first crossing. I don't think I'm going to get out here and film, guys. I'm just going to drive through it and give you kind of first-hand knowledge. There's not a whole lot of parking down here on this one. It has been known where people just park in the river and have a good time here. But like I said, I don't know if you've seen that sign or not, but it says no parking or driving in the riverbed. That there's a fine. For the most part, they'll leave you alone, but if they come out here and tell you to move and you don't move, you can expect to get a ticket. So, rightfully so, though. We don't need all the oily mess off everybody's cars getting in here. This one I would suggest a little bit higher clearance vehicle. I wouldn't bring a little sedan through this one, and you definitely want to pay attention because you see the ledge over here. You get off of that, you might have a little bit of an issue. I'm in a Jeep Wrangler, guys, and this water's up pretty good on me. It's probably midway up the tires. So I definitely would not bring a low clearance vehicle down here. The water is up pretty good for right now. It's been raining the last few months. Here recently it hadn't rained too much, so I wasn't expecting the water to be as high as it is. But old Jolene, she's going right through it. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little video. I wanted to find some more old structures out in Paluxy, but it looks like everything to be found is on private property. So I thought I'd show you the little rivers and the parks that I've enjoyed around town. Everything that I've showed you is free. There's no fee unless you get yourself a ticket for not following the rules. Like I said, just do your research. There's plenty of campgrounds on the rivers. The Brazos River actually runs through Glen Rose as well. And it's got paid campgrounds in it, I think, like Tres Rios. There's a park called Oakdale Park. But anyhow, I think I was talking about Oakdale Park. I think it's privately owned. The city used to own that one. It's got, I think it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool, maybe bigger. I don't know. It's a big pool. Spent a lot of time down there as a kid as well. It's right across from a city park called Big Rocks, which is the Paluxy River. And then once you get on past that, the Paluxy runs into the Brazos. So guys, if you come around the area, head to back roads, get out of town, go enjoy the country. You'll find all the crowds at the state park and at the city parks, but these county parks, they don't get much use. Like I said, I'm going to drop the coordinates where you guys can find them. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, throw me a like, subscribe. It helps. I'm going to do my best to get better at making these videos. Still trying to get my audio figured out, so I know I've got up and down and I'm not perfect. And guys, I'm a mechanic during the day, an avid history and nature lover by night and on the weekends. Guys, help me grow this channel. We'll go see a lot more. Thank you for watching.